Yo, welcome to the zone, the fantasy throne. All world vibes where the stats get shown. Play the wrong gurus dropping gems on the mic. Lineups get tight, every pick sounding right. From Sundays to Mondays, we making it clear. Trade talk with the grab strategies severe. Deep dives absurd like a L.M.S.L spree. All world fantasy where legends agree. Defenses stacking, the points adding weight. Hosts dropping heat, don't you dare show up late. Dynasty dreams or a DFS glance. This your winning ticket, give your lineup a chance. All world fantasy, we break it down raw. Draft board champs with a playbook to all. High game dishes, the knowledge too deep. From sweepers to stars, we make your team elite.
Welcome back to All World's Fantasy Football Podcast. It's been a long time since y'all heard my voice. I've been going through a lot, but I'm back. The football season is here. The fantasy football season has officially started. I'm sorry that it took so long for me to drop another episode. I've been going through some complications with my all my devices. But I'm here trying to bring y'all as much fantasy football knowledge as possible. This episode will be the Last Man Standing 2025-26 fantasy football preview and prediction. Again, welcome back to this episode. I will be reviewing and predicting my home league upcoming season. For those listening and joining in, please hit that bell, like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. Now, our divisions are broken down into two divisions. In the NFC, we have the two-time champ, co-commissioner, Coach Showtime. He is a member of the Four Horsemen. That means he has been here since day one, attends all meetings and drafts. Coach Raphael, this is his third year. He have one third place finish. Coach Josh, third year, no playoff experience. Coach Jack, a member of the Four Horsemen, he has one third place finish. And me, Coach A-Dub, they call me in the league Coach Buki, a part of the Four Horsemen as well. I have two third place finishes. Now, in the AFC, we have two-time champ and reigning champ, Coach Ricky, the last member of the Four Horsemen. Coach Hunter, third year, very little playoff experience. And our newcomers, the rookies. This is our first year in our league, Coach Jalen, Coach Jonathan, and the first ever female coach, Jamie. Again, for the first time listeners, our league is a 10-team, 2-quarterback superflex, tight end premium with a $100 fab budget. For my listeners that's not aware of fab, that means free agent acquisition budget. Where every coach in the league starts the season off with a $100 fab, and you can use that money for trades and bids on players off the waivers. We roster 18 players, 10 starters, 8 bench players. We start 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex, and 1 super flex. Our league is the best league on the planet. Super active, super competitive, and a lot of trash talking. And if you enjoy trading, this is the league where a player will get traded several times throughout the year. We had our draft about 2 weeks ago, and we already had 9 trades. I freaking love it. Now, what my fans are here for, I'm going to break down our draft and predict every coach's playoff chances. In the NFC, Coach Showtime is picking 8th. He had an unusual draft. A lot of us question his decisions with him drafting 5 quarterbacks. He have been trying to trade some of those quarterbacks to balance out his squad, which he have already completed 2 of them. One with me and one with Coach Jalen. We'll break down those trades later on in the episode. The way his roster is currently constructed, he is going to struggle to make the playoffs, but you can never count out the 2-time champ. Coach Raphael, pick 4th. He is back. He took 2 years off. I like his draft. He left the draft weak at the quarterback position. He saw that after trading for quarterback Caleb Williams to team up with his keeper Drake May, I have him making the playoffs. Coach Josh had the number 1 overall pick in the draft by winning the Total Bowl champ. Yes, we voted in 2 years ago during the playoffs. Whoever wins the championship gets the 5th pick, runner-up, gets the 6th pick, and so on and so on. The four teams that didn't make the playoffs have something to fight for. And that's next year's number 1 overall pick. So he started the draft off pretty strong overall. I think he finished well, but again, we are talking about Coach Josh here. He been making some bonehead decisions. He don't know how to take his heart out of being a diehard Commanders fan. After the draft, I had him making the playoffs. But after trading away his stud wide receiver in Drake London in a package deal, he traded away Caleb Williams and Drake London for Murray and Deebo Samuel. Yes, that's no typo. He did that. For my fans, please don't manage your team with your heart and being a super fan to your favorite team. Do a little research before clicking that accept button. Listen, for the coaches out there that struggles to be competitive and make the playoffs in y'all leagues, this is for y'all. Do these 4 things and I will guarantee y'all you will see a major difference in your overall coaching career. And those 4 things are, number 1, take your heart out of it. I know you love a player or that player hurt you last year and you don't want to forgive him. But you have to let last year go and move forward. It's a new year. With coaches changes, players traded, and rookies coming in, it's a new league year. Number 2, your favorite team. Forget about them. Yeah, you can still cheer for them. But to leave every draft with your team players, drafting them early, reaching for them, trading for them, not at their actual cost/value, you already starting the year off behind the 8 ball if you don't do that. If you do that. Number 3, try to do a little research throughout the offseason. Try to keep up with the news, media, and camps. It's so many fantasy football podcasts out here that if you had just 1 hour a day to listen, that's enough to keep you updated and informed. Shit, y'all can listen to me. Listen to my podcast. I'll be on at least once a week. I'll be breaking down my league's trades, waiver wire pickups, also keeping y'all updated on the major news in the NFL. Number 4, watch as much football games throughout the season as you possibly can. I understand people have other responsibilities and more important things to do. If you want to be more competitive, you have to watch some football games. Seeing what's going on instead of hearing it from someone else is totally different. Those 4 things will give you that little edge you can have on the other coaches in the league. But back to Coach Josh. So after that trade, I got him on the bubble of making the playoffs. Coach Jack picked 10th. He is the trade monster. He leads the league every year but once in trades made. And that 1 year he didn't lead the league in trades. He actually had a great year. Food for thought. His quarterback room is the worst in the league. Running backs bottom of the league. And his wide receiver room is thin. Drafting Breece Hall in the 2nd round. Come on now. All the all-season talks. New coach Aaron Glenn coming in and say he really didn't like him. He was in trade talks. They've been boosting up and bragging and just screaming about the actual soon-to-be starter when Breece Hall gets traded, possibly. I'm just saying, just like I said again, do some research. So drafting Breece Hall in second round, come on, man. That's a huge reach, especially when the football fantasy world had him in the 4th, 5th round. Michael Penix in the 4th. and Anthony Richardson in the ninth. I get it. It's a super flex 2-quarterback league, but that's a huge reach. So, of course, I had him missing out on the playoffs. Then Coach Jack orchestrated 4 trades, as usual, to make his team even worse. The one that stands out is him sending away the Pittsburgh backfield of Caleb Johnson and Jalen Warren and Keenan Allen. Number 2, possibly number 3 option in Los Angeles Chargers. You guessed it, Coach Rick, his boy, for Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb, and Cam Scatterable. Tyreek Hill, all the offseason talk. Everybody is down on Tyreek Hill. Coming off his worst year, going into his 10th year, this man had 959 snaps last year and only combined in total 900 some yards. I'm not saying he's washed. I'm just saying he's not the same Tyreek Hill you know. Nick Chubb and Cam Scatterable, enough said. And keep in mind, just the day before, this trade, he traded away a lot to get Jalen Warren. I just don't get him. So, yeah, he will be fighting for the number 1 pick next year. Then, as for me, I picked 7th. I think I had a solid draft. I didn't follow my draft board. And that's another down the road advice I would give you. Come up with your own rankings. Now, you don't have to go all 1 through 200. But just your top 10, top 20, top 24. Come up with your rankings and follow your rankings. I didn't do that on 2 picks. But other than that, I had a solid draft. Solid draft, but not my best. But these coaches brung it this year. I'm actually proud of them. And they based off just the rookies. For me to leave the draft without a stud receiver and a reliable tight end hurts going into the year. I think I had the 5th best draft overall. After 2 trades, I have 3 stacks: Cincinnati, Barrow, Higgins, Dallas, Dak, and Pickens. And my final after the trade, Bryce Young and Tat, the rookie. So I like my foundation, relying on my stacks plus my stud running backs and Chase Brown and Devon Achane. And yes, Devon Achane. I understand the injury concern. I understand Tua injury concern. Just think about this. Since Tua came back off the injury, since they changed the offense up, since the bye week last year, Achane was the number 1 running back in fantasy. They shortened the offense. Dink and dunk passes. Geno Smith, Devon Achane. They not going to change that up, fellas. They trying to keep Tua healthy. So the only way they keep Tua healthy, get the ball in his hand quick. So yes, Chase Brown and Devon Achane to keep my playoff streak alive and finally capture a ring. I guess you can say I'm the Buffalo Bills of this league. Dominate the regular season, but can't get it done in the playoffs. Oh, I just saw a stat just now that Josh Allen has the most playoff wins without a Super Bowl appearance. That's me. And again, for those listeners joining in, please subscribe, hit that bell, like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Now for the AFC division. Led by the reigning 2-time champ, Coach Ricky, picked 5th. He finished this year's draft strong. Top 4 based off my rankings. Well balanced. This is another thing you can think about. Like really, really hold into fantasy football. You don't win a championship in this league, or most, with just the draft. That's your foundation, though. That's when doing research throughout the season pays off. We are in a trade-heavy league, but that draft is your foundation. You should have at least 3 to 4 players that you can depend on, and another 3 to 4 players with upside. And then balance out your team. That draft is the foundation, people. That's when research, staying involved in the offseason. Most coaches that do fantasy football don't pay attention to football once the playoffs over in fantasy. They don't care no more. So if you just stay involved, you already got the upper hand on other coaches. Back to Ricky. He made 3 trades. All of them improved his team. I tagged him as hashtag Trade Master Junior because I'm the trade master. I already mentioned the Dak trade. Then he flipped Caleb and Stephon Diggs to Coach Raphael for Tua and Mike Evans. Like I said, if they do the same thing they did last year in Miami, Tua stay healthy, that's a win for Coach Ricky. So I have him making another deep run in the playoffs and favorites to win it all. Coach Hunter picked 9th. He was the only one that didn't attend the draft, so most of his picks was auto-pick. I didn't like his draft at all. I have his team at the bottom of the league, not making the playoffs. He doesn't trade a lot, nor he's not that active on the waiver wire. So he has an uphill battle to fight to even sniff the playoffs. So I have him finishing last in the league. Now, the 3 rookies, starting with the first woman to ever join our league. We are super excited to have not just her, but all the new coaches. Word of advice, watch out, rookies, which some of y'all already noticed with these disrespectful trade offers sent by coaches in the league. Do your own research before pulling that trigger. And yes, I'm not going to blast these coaches no more for sending disrespectful trades because we are all adults. If you hit the accept button, that's on you. You can't get mad and upset because somebody always doing something to you. You the one that hit accept. So I don't even blame them no more. Do your own research. Take your time. We have a rule implemented this offseason. We always give every coach in the league a voice. So we have a league meeting every year, which the 4 horsemen is the only one that showed up this year. I also had the group chat. Gave them 12 hours to vote on the ones that we had brought to the table. But yes, we had a league implemented this year where you have 8 to 10 hours to respond in some type of form or fashion. Give me a second. Let me think about it. Yes, no, maybe, counter, something. And if you do that 3 times in a year, you will lose a random draft pick the next year. Our league, we are focused on activity. You have to be active in this league. You have to show up to drafts. You don't have to show up to the league meeting, but you just have to vote. Activity is a major impact in our league. But yeah, do your own research before pulling that trigger. But back to Coach Jamie. She started the draft off on fire. At the number 2 slot to get Chase with the 2nd overall pick, I think the number 1 pick and Coach Josh should have picked him over Bijan Robinson. That's just my rankings. Okay? And then she picked drafting the number 1 tight end in fantasy this year, and McBride in my rankings was another great pick. Coach Jamie would need to make a trade or 2 to upgrade her quarterback room and overall depth. So as of today, I have her knocking on the door for playoffs. Coach Jonathan had the 4th pick. He is another coach, I would say, that is on the bubble to make the playoffs. I don't like his quarterback room, but the rest of his team is solid. He will be banking on his 2 stacks, Denver's Bo Nix, Sutton, and the Denver Broncos backfield. With the rookie R.G. Harvey and who was the other running back? J.K. Dobbins. And he must really like quarterback Cam Ward. And he got this tandem stack with Calvin Ridley. Picking Cam Ward early. I don't know. I wouldn't have did that. With CeeDee Lamb and his 2 stud running backs, Josh Jacobs and Jonathan Taylor. So as of today, I would have to say he will be in the playoffs. Now for the last team, Coach Jalen. I think he had the best draft out of all of us, picking in the 6th spot. The only major question mark, if CMC stay healthy, I would say that he can make some noise in the playoffs. Yes, I have him making the playoffs, especially after making that much-needed trade to get that third quarterback from Coach Showtime, where Coach Jalen traded away tight end. I'm sorry, traded away Tennessee backfield and what was his name? Tony Pollard and Spears. And Tyler McMillan, the rookie wide receiver out of Carolina, for Geno Smith and Devontae Adams. I really like that trade for him. I have him confidently making the playoffs. So, recap, team seeding and my predictions on who's going to capture that ring this year. Also, my prediction on each position's fantasy MVP this year. Number 1, the first seed, Coach Ricky. Bye week. He go get the bye by winning the AFC, by winning his division in the AFC. Second seed, yes, shocker, Coach Raphael. He go get the bye by winning the NFC division. Third seed, Jalen. Fourth seed, me. Fifth seed, Jonathan. Sixth seed, Showtime. Seventh seed, these are the teams that not make the playoffs. Seventh seed, she go miss it. Coach Jamie gonna miss it by either a tiebreaker or that one game. Because I really like her team. AFC, I can't count out Showtime. He a 2-time fucking champ. Every time y'all count him out, what do? He makes the fucking playoffs. He's a 2-time champ. Yes, the trades be kind of ridiculous. But at the end of the day, at least 75% of his trades, right, have some type of logic behind it. Yeah, it could come off as ridiculous, but he always draft like those upside players. Like players that nobody really don't know too much about. Like last year, he had Bucky Irving and Chase Brown. Where did both of them running backs finish last year? Okay, top 12. So I'm just saying, he knows his shit now. But yeah, I get it, coaches. But he knows his shit. You got to put some respect on his name. But yeah, I got him making the playoffs 6th seed. 7th seed, Coach Jamie. 8th seed, Coach Josh. 9th seed, Coach Jack. And the last place is 10th seed, Coach Hunter. The 2025-26 champion in the last man standing league, Coach Raphael. The 2025-2026 Toilet Bowl champion, Coach Jamie. She will have the first round pick next year. Okay, my fantasy football MVPs in each division each position this year. I think they're gonna finish number 1. At quarterback, this is tough, man. There's so many great quarterbacks in the league. There's so many great running backs and receivers too. I would say at quarterback, my fantasy MVP will go to, it's between Jalen Daniels and Joe Burrow. I'm going to say Jalen Daniels because of the rushing upside. Jalen Daniels will be this year's fantasy football number 1 fantasy quarterback. Running back, I got 2. Bijan and Gibbs. I will have 3 with H-N, but I can't put him up there because he started this season off with the injury, so I'm not going to put him in there. So if Gibbs can get 75% of the touches, I will put him as the fantasy MVP, which I think he will because, like I said, Montgomery getting a year older. Offensive systems change. They're going to want some more explosiveness out the backfield, and Gibbs is that guy. So I'm going to say, Bijan Robinson, the running back fantasy MVP. Receiver is between Chase, CD, and Drake London. I'm going to say the fantasy MVP at the wide receiver position because it's not often that a wide receiver go back-to-back number 1. The last time that happened in fantasy football was Antonio Brown. That was almost 8 to 9 years ago. So I would say CeeDee Lamb would be this year's fantasy football MVP. at receiver. And that tight end, McBride. Yes, it's hard between Bowers and Kittles. They're the only three. Everybody else, you can just dart throws. So it's between those three. So I got McBride because there's no way that touchdown, that low volume of touchdown will continue to happen. That remind me of Julio Jones. He always had a low amount of touchdowns. And what happened? So like I said, he always go lead in receptions and yards. And then the system hasn't changed. There's still only two options of him and Marvin Harrison. So I would say McBride would be the tight ends fantasy football MVP this year. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Sorry again, it took so long for me to drop something, but I'm back. Hopefully I can get everything up and going where I wanted to get. But I appreciate everything. All the likes, all the subscriptions, all the comments. I don't care. You can say anything, negative, positive. Just say hi. Just comment. Hey, I will have a segment where it say explain yourself. Make it make sense. That gonna be one of my segments. For those people that making these dumbass trades in my leagues. Yes, my other league too is a 14-team league, Scream League. That was the original league I was in, I say about 6-7 years ago. The commissioner over there is Coach Flip, and the co-commissioner is Coach Lil Steve. That's a 14-team league. This is a standard league, one quarterback. They fuckers got defense and kickers in there, man. If you don't take that shit out, man, put it in a flex or a super flex, man, make this league more interesting. Kickers and defense don't mean shit, man. But anyway, I would just be going over what's going on in those two leagues, but mainly my last man standing league because it's the best in the fucking world. Going over how much fab to drop over players before the waiver wire hits, going over how much people overpaid for players over the waiver wire. And then, like I said, I'm going to have it where coaches can call in. They can call in the podcast. Yes, y'all can call in and explain yourself. Make it make sense. Those terrible ass trades. I want to hear y'all make it make sense. All right? But again, I appreciate it all. I love y'all. I'm out.
All world fantasy, we break it down raw. Draft board champs with a playbook for all. Hot game vicious, the knowledge too deep. From sweepers to stars, we make your team elite.